Present nostalgia. Next song. Nostalgia is a liar. That's what this song is about. Nostalgia got you looking back on college, talking about the good old days when you were young and carefree and partied all the time. Lies. Most people in college were constantly stressed out. They were stressed out about money, about financial aid and student loans, stressed out about your roommate from hell, stressed out about your heavy course load and your awful professor, stressed out about what you're going to do when you graduate. And yet, a few years out of college, we look back talking about the good old days. Nostalgia is a liar. Nostalgia will have you 2 months removed from the worst relationship of your life, talking about, I've made a mistake. I'm never going to find love again. When the reality is you hated your life for the 18 months that you dated this person, but all you can remember are the good times. When it comes to our present lives, all we're able to see are the problems. But 2 years from now, we might be looking back on today as the good old days. So I thought about what would happen if I applied this concept of nostalgia to my present. What would happen if I was 2 years in the future from now looking back on today with a favorable lens? What are the things I would appreciate about my present reality? Shortly before the pandemic, I had hit some tough times financially. And I moved in with my sister's family to save some money. Oh, also, from the beginning of the album, you've heard like this continuous conversation between me and another couple of different voices. That is my sister and brother-in-law. They're in the corner over there. That is Anaya and Rakeem. So they're a big part. They have 4 kids, and 3 of them are boys. And so I sat down with them when I was doing this album, and I was like, what approach are you taking to raising black boys in America? But anyway, so I moved in with them to save money. And I thought that I was only going to be there for a couple months. And then the pandemic hit, which stopped all of my shows. So I made even less money because I make most of my money doing shows. And I was frustrated and for some reason embarrassed to be living with my family, even though like I've lived in situations with like 6 roommates, where, you know what I'm saying? But because I'm related to them, suddenly it's embarrassing. It was like, it's the same concept. It was just weird. I was in my head like, dang, like I was doing my thing. I was a full-blown adult. Now I had to move back in with family. Not even my parents, but just related to me. And somehow I felt embarrassed. And I was like, I can't wait. When I first got there, I was like, no disrespect to them, but for my own mind and thinking and ego, I was like, I can't wait till I get out of here. I can't wait till I make enough money so I can get back on my own 2 feet and have my own place and be a full-blown adult again. But then I started thinking about this concept of present nostalgia. I'm so anxious to get to a different living situation. I said, what am I going to miss about where I'm at right now? And honestly, it started with my niece, which is the first verse of this song. It started with my niece because as I was thinking about this concept, I remember one week, my niece, she's gotten better, but last year, she doesn't understand how knocking works, right? So she knocks on the door, but then just immediately walks in without waiting for you to respond. And so I just be in my room working, and she'd be like, tick, tick, tick. Hey, Uncle Micah, want to play with me? I'm like, I'm working. I'm sorry. I'm busy right now. And so it was 3 days in a row where she just came downstairs and knocked on my door and waltzed in my room. I was like, hey, Uncle Micah, you want to play? You want to play this? And the third day, and both the first 2 days, I was like, no, I can't right now. I'm busy. No, I can't right now. I don't feel good. And the third day, she comes in like, hey, Micah, Uncle Micah, you want to play with my unicorns? She's obsessed with unicorns. And as I was forming the words to say, no, I can't right now, but I was literally sitting down writing, thinking about this concept of present nostalgia, and it all clicked. I was like, this is what I'm going to miss. A couple years from now, I'm going to miss my niece just barging into my room asking me to play with unicorns. That's what I'm going to miss. And it literally shifted everything about the way I exist where I'm at right now. I'm so thankful to be where I'm at. Like, yes, are there things I want to accomplish? Sure. But I'm so thankful to be witnessing up close, living in community with my family, seeing my niece and nephews grow up in a real way that, I've lived in Long Beach for a while, but the relationship I have with them now is so different and better, all because I was able to make that shift, So if you're not where you want to be, just ask yourself, what about your current situation would you be nostalgic about in the future? And really count your blessings in that way.